Hi, everyone. So, thank you very much for joining us today. I guess today was an exciting day, and you probably can tell from the thumbnail that we put up what happened today.
I didn't see the thumbnail, but I
Melissa
know what
didn't see the
happened
thumbnail.
today.
Yeah,
I know I didn't pose and then close my eyes in time for the picture.
that's right. Yeah, I put up there's a spoiler alert in the picture, but as you may know, we've been working trying to get the city to see their way through to a solution with us on putting up a little building. And it's been a big ordeal. Um, from the start, we put the plans and the blueprints together and we submitted it. And they said at the very end that no, they want us to put a fire hydrant in, which was $750,000. So, because, everybody just has that much money lying around. So we said that's crazy. So we asked them to reassess it. They reassessed it and said, no, you still have to put a fire hydrant in, but you can put your own in, which would still be like $70,000, but nobody else on the whole block could use it.
Yeah.
So we went on the news and we went back at them again and we said, you know what? If our area is unsafe, then you guys should put a fire hydrant in. To which they said, no, your area is safe. To which I said, well, then where's our permit? Well, today I had a conference call with two folks from the city of Edmonton. They are approving our build. I should have said, they're approving our build. Ah! I don't know why I turned it to Kermit just said, ah!
We know why.
Because I'm a human Muppet, that's why. Anyway, they're approving our build. We are going to be able to proceed. They do want us to put a sprinkler system in, but that's way less expensive than a fire hydrant.
Well, that's safer anyways.
And safer for our building and for our customers. So our Sean at Scohall Drafting is putting together a new plan for us. He's going to go visit the site tomorrow, remeasure and try and figure out where things are going to go, because we will have to run the utilities and all that kind of stuff before the building can go up. So that's good news, right? Right? Mm-hmm. That's good news. It makes it more real now that we have it. So we got an email today, confirmation, our development permit and our building permit is approved. So yay! Woo! Oh wait, hang on. That's one of the little party thing. Anyway, you know what I'm doing. And party hat. Anyway, good news all the way around.
Dorothy has all that happening. Look, party hat, blower.
I'm the guy that would blow that thing right in your face too.
It's true.
Melissa actually does that to me all the time.
Yeah.
She's a pest.
So I don't know if everybody does this, but I do it with my kids now, but I used to do it with my brothers and sister, where we'd have like those blower fights, like the one's busted.
But it's not total time for us to celebrate and fight with each other over party favors right now, because our construction season is closing very quickly. Mm-hmm. The possibility of us breaking ground and getting utilities and pad poured and everything this season are very small. But we have 2 years to do construction, so that means we have 2 years to raise up the capital, sell off a whole bunch of stuff, and get the money to do the upgrades that we need to do. So we'll probably do just one chunk at a time. Once I get the plans from our drafter, hopefully in the next few days, I'll start to get quotes on running the water and the sewer and the gas line over to where the new site, where it would have to be. And then from then, it's pouring a pad and then putting up some sticks. I make it sound like the three little pigs are going to be building our house, but it might be me, myself, Hans, and Josh. So might be three of us working on it, but anyway, so there is a lot of planning that has to go into it. If you've not built a building before, let me tell you, it's a process. We've been at this for 8-9 months or more, just trying to get the plans into place, and I don't want to say arguing back and forth in the city, but helping them to come to a reasonable solution. And they did. So they are allowing us to build if we put sprinklers in, which was something I'd suggested quite some time ago, but they basically went full circle. We suggested that, I think, like 5 months ago or so, and then they said no, and then they said no, and then they said no, and then they said, okay, fine, put the sprinklers in.
So did they say that our building is protected by the fire hydrant then, that is on that street?
So they didn't go as far to say that, but the city councilor did. According to the city councilor of that area, our building is safe from the fire hydrant. It's not the fire hydrant's not attacking it. It's not safe from the fire hydrant. It is safe, and they can put out a fire with the water that's there. But a sprinkler system will definitely help, especially considering we're a smaller build. So for all you kids watching at home, when you get older, or for all you adults watching too, no doesn't always mean no. No means ask more questions and ask the right questions and ask them again and again until you get an answer that makes sense. And we weren't getting any sort of answer that made complete sense to us. And I'm glad that there was some reasonable people on city council and the city of Edmonton that came around to finding us a solution. I do hope, though, that they look at their bylaw as a whole and they look at the infrastructure as a whole long term, because this means basically that for us, we can proceed, but there's a lot of people we chatted with that are trying to build that are still going to have difficulties with their builds. So we really need to try and figure things out and help other folks in our situation too. But for the time being, we can move ahead and we can move forward, and you know, we can get that progressing. So don't always take when it comes to building or construction or work. Sometimes no isn't necessarily a no. You just have to ask questions until you understand, or you can try and come up with a good solution.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah, some people are saying sometimes no means no. That's true.
yeah. Well, we're not talking about situations where no.
Yeah, but
Yeah, we're talking about
saying,
building
don't let a
and-
roadblock completely shut you down and be like, oh, I guess that's over.
Yeah, don't
It's
let things-
impossible. Generally,
Yeah.
impossible isn't
Yeah.
true.
So that's really good news for us. Bob, I see that you're on right now.
Hey, Bob.
Picnic table is in place, and if you have a look at the thumbnail, you'll kind of see that we have a picnic table there now. And I put a coat of stain on it to kind of antique it a bit, but to give it some weather protection, put some flowers out. It's kind of just a happy little place to visit now. So the patio is in place. At least we got that done this season, and then we'll look at you know, getting the rest of the pad and at least the utilities and stuff put in maybe this year. I don't know. We'll see. Amanda, thank you so much for the $5 donation right there. We'll certainly put that towards our construction costs. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot more expensive with a sprinkler system now. But $5 out of that's $5 less of the 50 grand probably that we got to put into it. But at least that's a step in the right direction. So thank you. Did not get my guitar. Somebody said, "Did you get your guitars returned?" Our store was broken into a few weeks ago. No, we have not. Have not come to a resolution with our insurance yet either. But we did get a cement pad poured. We have a very nice little patio happening there, and you haven't seen it with the picnic table yet.
No.
Yeah, Melissa and the kids came to get ice cream at the shop. What, about a week ago? Before the table was
I
there?
saw Bob there. That's when I got all that. If you saw my video when I opened up all the teacher stuff, that was that day.
That's right. Bob brought you a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh my gosh, it was like the teacher mother load too. It was so good. It was like Christmas
Yeah,
in,
no,
in June.
the picnic table went in. Was it yesterday or the day before? It was like maybe a day or two ago.
Oh, a day before yesterday, because you finished it yesterday in the rain, remember?
Right,
Or you
yeah.
were sanding it or something in the rain.
Yeah, I had to take some of the old stain off with a scraper while it was raining. It was super fun. But once it dried out, which it did in the afternoon, I was able to put a new coat of stain on it, and it should be pretty weather resistant and good to go now.
Oh,
It's a
Bob
beautiful
said,
thing.
my mom has more if you're interested. Oh, man.
Bob, I don't know where. Bob's one of our customers, of course, if you're not aware, and he
And
keeps
friends.
bringing stuff from his parents' storage. It's like, yeah, I found my old toys from way back in the day. Oh, Vera, thank you so much.
And Heather said, excited to see your vision come together. And $5. Proud of you. Did you see?
I did see. Thank you, Heather. Somebody says, could you please say a boat? Talked about another boat. About a year ago.
Wow.
Oh, you're trying to see how I say about. A boat and about. But we're taught differently. We start talking about Canadian vernacular. The OU, they spell it out for us to say it. I don't know how people in it. How would you guys say it? Like a bat? It's about time you can't buy. But the people think we say
We
boat.
say
Anyway,
I say about, like ABOWT,
about.
about.
Oh well. Anyway, we say some things differently.
And then once you say it too many times, regardless, then it starts sounding crazy. Even you say anything too many times, and it starts sounding wrong.
Yes. So if you've not checked out Melissa's video when she was over at the store and getting the stuff from Bob, that's on her channel, which is under Melissa Archbold. And for those of you just joining us in the live feed now, we got permission to put the building up. So now I'm kind of glad that I didn't get rid of some of the things that I was acquiring for that space. I got some shelves, I got some lights. We were starting to get things put together to use in that new space. And I was a little bit bummed out, if I'm honest. I was bummed out that I wasn't going to be able to put them up, and I didn't want to give up on the dream yet. So I kept the things that I was keeping aside for that new building. And now it's going to make sense. So the next steps are really just very much trying to put it in order. I know in my head what has to be done. We have to figure out where the water lines and everything need to run on a blueprint. Once that's in place, we can get quotes. Once the quotes are in and we pick one that's good, we book that in. Then they come and trench it, they tap in. The guys come out with their hard hats and I don't know, maybe I'll got like a 1950s construction worker with a stogie and he'll be like, you gotta trench it right here, boys, and tap that line, drive it right over there by the corner. And then they'll be like, okay, sir, because they'll have apprentices on the job that are much younger, or they just talk like they're squeaky. Anyway, those guys are gonna show up. They're gonna trench it out, put the lines in. Once that's all done, the concrete guy can come and they will build it up all around that. Once it's dry, you put your frame up, you put a roof on so it doesn't wreck everything, and you put your siding and windows and all that in, and then you have time to actually do your plumbing and heating and all that stuff with a roof over your head and walls. So it'll all start to come together. The probably the more expensive parts are going to be the infrastructure, like the pad is expensive itself, but the water lines, the gas line, and the sewage, getting that tied into our current lines.
Do you need sewage?
Yeah, I'm putting a bathroom in now. I figure if we're already running water over to that building,
right,
we may as well just run a sewage line because we're gonna have to drain anyway. So
now you won't have to pee in a bucket.
I wasn't peeing in a bucket. We have a bathroom at our store. If you would come to the store more often, well, that explains why we're not selling any of our buckets around the store.
Thank you very much, Teresa. And Barbara said you two are a ray of sunshine in the mess of. Thanks, Barbara.
Yes. So things are looking up. Things are looking promising. So kind of a short live feed today. Maybe we'll take a couple minutes to answer some questions. I guess I'm just feeling I'm happy, but on the other hand, I know what work is ahead. And as much as I'm happy for this decision, thank you very much, Nick, for sent us $10. Thank you. As much as I'm very happy about the decision, that means there's a lot more that needs to happen. And it's probably a good thing that we found this out now, and it's a good thing I didn't pour the actual pad. I had some people watching the video of the driveway getting put in, and people said, your foundation isn't up to code. And I'm like, that's not a foundation, it's a driveway, it's a patio. The actual foundation will be engineered and be thicker and a bigger slab. But I'm glad we didn't actually pour that yet, because if we would have gone ahead and poured it without permission, which you never want to do, and they said you got to put sprinklers in, we wouldn't have been able to as easily put in the infrastructure, which has to run underground. So everything happens for a reason. We've got the patio in place. People can enjoy it this summer. And in the meantime, we'll look at getting the water lines and stuff run over. So I can't believe it actually happened.
Thank you, Mary, for answering James. He asked what our first freeze date was. And I looked it up too. I was just waiting to answer. Our first freeze date is like September. Anytime it can freeze. But usually around beginning of September.
Yeah, but we don't see heavy frost.
No, frost date.
Amanda says, are you still going ahead with the architect's design for the extension? Yeah, well, it was a combined effort, but yes, we would be looking at that. Matthew says, victory. Yeah, Matthew, thank you for your insight too. Matthew Fox, who's a moderator for us based in New York, was a firefighter as well. And he said, yeah, I know from experience that they could put a skyscraper mid-block with hydrants 100 meters apart. So good to have some experience on the channel too that knows that stuff. So thank you very much. I see people are giving Melissa some funny money.
So is it a good thing that you went public and the news contacted you?
Yes. Oh, thank you. Rebuilding Ruins sent us $10. He said, "There's 100th for your towards your sprinkler system." Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys, for the donations towards our sprinkler fund. It's funny how money just trickles away. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Let's see. What was the question? We had one there.
Was it on a thing?
I might have missed it. Okay. Are you going to start on the project this year? I don't know. Well, I'd like to get some of it done. Thank you, Night Girl, by the way. Thank you. I'd like to get some of it done. Mark, awesome. Thank you very much. Oh, congratulations from Lisa. Thank you, Lisa and Mark.
Oh, I forgot that you get it before me. I thought, what are you reading?
Yeah, I see it up there. We are still debating. I don't know what we're going to be able to get done. This just happened today. I just got this phone call today saying that we're able to go ahead, you know, assuming that we put in sprinklers. So I have to wait until Sean over at Skull Hall Drafting gets the designs rejigged to align and work with now putting a bathroom in. But at the end of the day, a little ice cream parlor like that should have its own little bathroom anyway. Mind you, that's one more thing I gotta clean, but that's okay. Thank you, Lucy's World, very much. She sent us $10. So happy for you for your dream coming into fruition. Yeah, I had plan A's, B's, C's, and D's. So my plan A was putting in a building because honestly, that improves the property value. It's more usable space. It's the proper way to do things. Oh, Sally, thank you very much, Sally. Plan B would have been finding out if we could put a temporary structure out. And I looked into a friend of mine. This is the type of friends I have. I have a friend who has a diner car from a train, like on his own private property. He's like, I've got a really nice diner car I'd sell you. I'm like, well, that might be all right too. It's basically like a restaurant with, and it had like a little house in the back of it. Like they had a sleeper car portion in the back. And I thought, well, that's cool. We could set that up and then Airbnb it or something if we had to. Come sleep in a train car. Then I started getting excited about that. And I thought, well, if I can't do that, we'll just put grass and trees and make a nice little park back there. But this plan A is coming around, so that's really good. We're going to be able to build, and it'll be a long-term solution to give us a little bit more space and to make a creative environment. And that means another YouTube series too of us being able to get Hans and Josh and Dakota and all of our favorite workers back to work and getting everything done. Jeremy, who's our electrician who worked on the store build. We have some absolutely wonderful people who are ready, willing, able to come work with us. And we're really wanting to get people back to work in our community too. So excited to make this all come together. Excited that we're going to have a chance to dream that dream again. And maybe this is a chance for us to do some more tweaks to the design and get some ideas and make it really wonderful. So
see what we're gonna
Serendipity says no more peeing in buckets. Okay, and sent you $10. Is that so Melissa gets her own bucket? I didn't have to use mine around the store. Melissa was joking that if we didn't have a bathroom, we'd have to pee in a bucket.
Serendipity Fluid Art. She actually has an art channel as well. And if you guys click on it, she has a YouTube as well as a site on Facebook, a Facebook page. But she has some pretty awesome art. I met her on Steven's channel, I think. Maybe on here, but I...
Well, and I'm going to, of course, it's our son, so I have to give him a shout out. Our son, Steven, has a YouTube channel too called Steven Draws. And Matthew, if you're so kind. Oh, there, thank you, Matthew. He just posted it right there. There it is. It'll be in the comments.
He knew.
If you look up Steven Draws, it comes up. I wonder if he still has, does he still have the Screaming Chicken for his logo?
No.
Okay, he used to have a Screaming Chicken, but he's changed it now. Anyway, you'll find Steven. His last drawings were really, really good. I'd like to get Steven to do some art for the new building, I guess is where I'm going with this. That our son, who's an aspiring artist, we'd like to try and encourage him to do some work for the new edition too. So, not the new edition band. That would be weird. You know, do some work for a 1980s band. But no, our new edition of a store. So check out Steven Draws if you haven't watched it already. That's our kid. We're proud.
Somebody asked if I need anything for my classroom. I'm still in denial of what we're not sure even what's happening. August 1st is when we find out what's happening with our schools, but...
Oh, thank you, Pete, and thank you, Jane, by the way. Much appreciated.
Our schools are a little bit different. We generally don't have to pay as much out of our own pocket. We're given a budget to spend. So I'm reimbursed for anything that I need for my class, which I'm really fortunate for. I just have to get on it and buy it.
Oh, yeah, it's been just a wild ride trying to make this come together. And yes, Melissa is a teacher. She teaches preschool and runs the preschool program at a community hall. So she does everything from the curriculum to what the course, what the year is going to look like to
registrations.
Everything.
You know, trying to get back into the flow of everything too. I'm sure you guys are finding the same thing. Has been insane because everything isn't normal. So
it'll eventually get normal again in time. but for the time being, we just manage with what we have.
Yeah.
I'm thankful and very grateful that we're able to have our store open right now, and luckily we somebody says, somebody tell me how to donate. On the live feed, I'm not saying this to try and I'm answering a question, but it's going to look like I'm trying to rustle up donations. Mind you, that would be that we just put that towards the store anyway.
Yeah.
On the chat section, there's a little dollar sign at the bottom. So you'll see where you can type a message. Right below that, there's a little gray box with the dollar sign in it. If you type on that, you can choose whatever sort of amount a person wants to do. Just make sure you don't put in too many zeros. We had somebody, they wanted us to answer a question, and sometimes if they put the way Super Chat works is it kind of highlights it for us so we know to answer those questions first, because somebody's obviously given us a couple bucks to do that. But she accidentally put in 450 instead of like $4.50. And it was like, what? I'm like, that is crazy. Oh, Brian, thank you very much. So I was like, that is a super generous super chat, and I'm pretty sure you didn't mean to do that. Sure enough, she was like, I didn't mean to do it. She wrote me after. She's like, if anybody who was on that live feed before and saw that, you guys were probably like, what? And I was like, what? But I knew something must be up. So we reached out to them, and surprisingly, there's not a way for us as YouTubers to refund that money because YouTube takes a cut. She had to go through her credit card anyway. They got it all fixed for her.
Good.
So.
I was just gonna say, hopefully.
No, they did fix it up, and they refunded everything except the $4.50 she meant to put on. So thank you to you, viewer. But I'm sure you had a stressful moment there, and
yeah, I would have panicked, been like, I did something today.
Yes. Oh, Barbara, thank you very much. Basically, yeah, now the next step is trying to, we'd set aside money to do the building and the foundation, everything based on not having to do a sprinkler system and bathroom. But I think that's going to add a little bit extra onto the build. But we'll know better once we have, well, it's not that I think, I know it's going to add. I don't know how much more it's going to add. It's going to be less than a fire hydrant though, and that's the important thing.
Yeah.
We could have one heck of a nice bathroom for 750 grand. It could be solid gold. You could just walk in there and slip over to the toilet, and it'd be one of those fancy Japanese toilet talks to you. It'd be like, hello, I'm your welcoming toilet spirit. And you'd like sit down, and there'd be all kinds of rainbow shooting out.
Oh my gosh.
That's what we'd get for $750,000. You come to our gold-plated bathroom with the Japanese talking toilet for 750 grand.
Oh, I thought you said $750. I thought, I don't know if it's going to shoot out rainbows
No.
for $750.
No, for $750, I will paint our bathroom gold, but I wouldn't have a gold-plated bathroom. But yeah, for $750,000 for a fire hydrant, we could have like a zero gravity bathroom. That'd be a terrible idea.
Wow.
You walk in and it's like a zero gravity room where you just kind of hover over to where you have to go. That's germ central waiting to happen. I guess that's why they don't have zero gravity bathrooms in very many places.
Thank you, Rich.
Anyway, there's a lot more. It was nuts. $750,000 for a fire hydrant. Like, I was thinking, for that much money, to put it in perspective, there was a heritage block. I mean, like 2 or 3 2-story or 3-story buildings in downtown that needed some renovation, but they were heritage buildings, brick, nice buildings. That whole corner, that whole block downtown, they were asking $750,000 for. So when they ask for things like that, when they say, well, just put in the fire hydrant, I'm like, where is the disconnect between reality and facts? Like, how do they think somebody can afford that?
Like, was your face just like this? Like,
when they said, thank you, Merle, very much. Merle sent us $20. Thank you, Merle. When they said the fire hydrant would be about $750,000, and they said it very factually, like, yeah, well, we have to rip up the street and run it down here and run it over here, and we'll approve it if you just put the fire hydrant in. And I thought, okay. It's like kind of when your kids tell you that they're going to build a rocket ship to the moon out of their wagon in the backyard, and you're like, oh, okay, why don't you do that and see what happens? That's kind of how it was for me. I'm like, oh, you think I'm going to spend $750,000 on a fire hydrant? So what I said was, well, my whole building is probably going to cost about $60,000 to $70,000. So, and they're like, well, just put the hydrant in. I was like, no, I'd like $60,000 or $70,000. And to do that, we have to put in $1 million fire hydrant. That just doesn't balance out. So even when we came to it, and private hydrant was going to be another $60,000 or $70,000, put our own hydrant in with a high pressure line that wouldn't be monitored or would basically wipe out our insurance for that building. It didn't make sense either. So
our Sarge said, we just got the good news from our building inspector today that the building we're buying for our vintage toy shop has no major issues. That's great news.
Oh, that is
And
good news.
Bob said, for your project manager hat.
Oh, thanks, Bob. We
Thank
had
you very
one from
much.
Connecticut. Arlene sent us $5. Thank you, Arlene. M. Poulin says, hello from Connecticut. This is great news. One day I'll get out your way to see your shop with my own eyes. By the way, once during a live event, I asked Melissa to wave, and she did.
It's because I'm awesome.
Did
like
she
that.
wave like this,
I was
or did she queen wave? Oh, she queen waved. Okay, there you go. Then you got another wave on the house there.
Thank you, Arlene.
Yes. So we are, I still do. Oh, somebody's asking if I have Josh's Clint Eastwood painting at the store. Yes, I do. Call us at the shop. Josh's paintings are investments. So call in. I'll give you a price over the phone, and we can chat about that. Of course,
Because he's like an artist.
a real, legit in gallery artist. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And they're amazing. Like his paintings, I know a lot of you, I don't know if you guys have seen it in real life, but his paintings in real life are even better. And I know a lot of people say that, but I think they're amazing.
I think it's his use of color. Like he uses cobalts and oranges and stuff to get shades and colors that you wouldn't expect to
But
get.
it works. Like it gives it depth, and I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, Josh will paint you anything.
Yeah.
I think. I say that. Maybe he's like, nah, I won't paint it unless it's sick. That's my Josh impression. Yo, dude, I ain't painting that unless it's sick. That's Josh.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Like right now, he'd be sitting back like.
Huh. No, Josh would be like this. Huh. That'd be Josh's response to me doing a Josh impression. Anyway, you should talk to Josh. You should go check out his channel too. But yeah, Josh does amazing artwork, and we do have some of his paintings at the store too.
He's under Joshua Alexander.
Yeah, he's a young guy, not newly married, but newly in their marriage. He could probably use the money from his paintings. So there you go. Somebody said hello from Nova Scotia. Bobby Wolf says cheers from Nova Scotia. Ice cream sounds fantastic. Yeah,
Nova Scotia sounds fantastic.
We wish we could come visit you in Nova Scotia right now.
That's kind of where we would be, I think, like if we were able.
Yeah, if we could travel right now, we'd be out on the East Coast for sure. We would like to come see you.
Yeah.
But alas, that is not the case. Somebody says they got one of Josh's roosters. It's amazing. Yeah, Josh does really wonderful. He has excellent energy in his artwork, and I hope he keeps that energy going.
I know the roosters are amazing. I agree.
Yeah, what's funny is that he didn't really like doing the rooster at first. He's like, I don't know, somebody wanted me to do a rooster. I don't know about how I feel about that. And then it turned out really good. And he's like, yeah, I guess it's all right. Let's see. We have Ronald. Thank you very much, Ronald. And Jamie, my sister's closet. Does that mean you'd steal clothes from your sister's closet? She says, congratulations. I'm hoping to come from Texas to see you someday. Road trip. That'd be nice. I was surprised when we had the gentleman last year who came to visit us during the build, and he was from Banbury, England. That's what brings you through.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I wanted to come see the store. I'm like, well, I wasn't even open yet. I didn't even have the store reopened, so I felt bad. I didn't really have too much to show him. But we are all set up and running now. Now people can come and have an ice cream and sit on our patio. And pretty soon we'll be able to do construction and get the other portion done. So pretty exciting news. Anyway.
We have somebody from Scotland.
Yes. Ryan, thank you very much. Let's see. Ryan says, congrats. Hope to someday make it your way from Virginia to see the shop. Thanks for the great content on the site. My pleasure, Ryan. And I actually have a really interesting video coming out. I might get it out later today, or it might be tomorrow. But I had a very special find. Wasn't able to buy it, but not yet. I'll say I wasn't able to buy it yet because perhaps they are wanting to sell it. They just have to figure out a price. So maybe it's not.
Do I know what this is?
No, you don't even know what it is.
That's my favorite, you guys.
Yeah. Wait until the good news comes. If you want to come see the store and you're in the United States, don't drive across the border yet. You'll get turned away. As of the taping, I say it like we're on a 1980s camcorder, but as of the filming of this live feed, the Canadian-U.S. border is still closed due to COVID and will be probably for another month or so at least.
Yeah,
anyway.
I think they announced that they did it for another month.
Yeah, so don't drive up. Apparently there's been people trying to drive across the border to come visit for tourism, and sadly they've had to turn them away. I think they said over 10,000 people in the last month or two they've had to turn back. So we're very fortunate Canada has very few cases, and I guess they want to kind of keep it that way. Either way, we would love to see you when it's safe is my point. Once everything stabilizes and normalizes, we would love to have people from all over the world come and visit us. We'll try and put on have a wonderful little shop there and have some excellent things for you to view and peruse and purchase and just come hang out. So anyway, we'll see you all soon.
A lot of people are surprised when they go into the store and they see Alexander in there. They're like, what?
Yeah, people, they're like, what are you doing working here? I work there. Nova Scotian in Tokyo. Love your content. It's really helping me get through the isolation. Oh, well, Taylor, I hope
Yeah.
you do well out there too. Can't get away from that ocean. Them Nova Scotians.
Wow, I didn't know where you were going with
Nova
it.
Scotia strong. So happy for you. Love to the kids. Oh, thank you, Bernice. Yeah, we've pretty much been all over. Well, I've been all over Canada for sure.
Not me.
You've been in multiple places.
Well, I've been to BC, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba,
Yeah.
Ontario briefly.
Somebody says, how's everyone coming over the border? There are people coming across the border because they say that they're on their way to Alaska.
Or essential services.
Or it's an essential service. So that's why there's some American plates around Canada right now, but they're trying to kind of get that under control. Okay, so somebody said recap. City said no. I said, huh? City said no. I said, why? City said no. And I said, that's not okay. City said yes. And I said, yay!
Sounds like a weird song.
It's my new nursery rhyme. It's a short story I'm going to write for children. We'll be reading at school. It'll be the next Edward Monk book.
What's that song that goes?
Or Munch. Jimmy cracked corn
Yeah,
and he
that's
don't
what it
care.
sounds like.
City said no and he don't care. I guess that was kind of how it went. Anyway. So that's what happened. City said no and he said, huh? City said no and he said, why?
Can't get the preschool out of me, you guys.
Yeah. But alas, it is all good news. Thank you so much to everybody who donated a little bit of money towards the cause. We have a fair ways to go before we'll be ready to build, but we're going to start getting some quotes. We're going to start getting some estimates, and then we'll hopefully start breaking ground, at least on the essential services that need to go, well, the utilities and stuff, and then the pad can get poured. So.
And the patio doesn't affect it at all. I know somebody was asking ahead of time, but it's just the patio, so they're building
Oh,
behind
yeah.
it.
For those of you asking, the reason why I poured the patio first is that our utilities on our lot go from the alley, and they run from the alley to the building. And so the patio we poured is at the front of the store where there's no utilities and nothing ever will have to be there. So any future construction would come from the backside in. Does not affect that patio. It can live and breathe and be happy all summer long, and there's no construction going to bother it whatsoever. So next steps, everything else is going to happen. My backyard is going to be more trash than it is.
Oh, Scrap Girl is right.
What did she say?
She said that song is no longer PC. I can't even remember the words, but I mean, as I'm going through it in my head, it's surprising like how many songs there are like that.
Yeah, I don't even know the rest. I can't remember how the rest of the song goes. I'm bad with nursery rhyme songs anyway.
Thank you very much, Mama.
Mama, thank you very much. Yeah, so sewer tie-ins, Pegdu says, even sewer tie-ins? Yeah, the sewer and the water main and everything are all in the back alley. So everything goes out the back way. And it won't impede our construction on the front. So all good, all is good. So thank you guys very much for watching today's episode. Looking forward to having more chats and talking to you guys very soon. And yeah, if you make sure to if you haven't subscribed, by the way, subscribe, because then you get our messages that we send out. We send out messages on occasion. You get notified when new videos happen. It helps us to look legitimate in the world of YouTube, but really it's a great way for us to stay connected. So subscribe, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and then there's a little bell that you click and you turn the bell on, and that lets you know when there's a new video up.
I do have one suggestion. A lot of times people will get the notification for the videos, like when we put out an edited video. But for the lives, a lot of people might not get the notification until half an hour in even. So Alexander generally will post it on Facebook as well. So if you follow us at Curiosity Inc. on
Facebook.
Yeah, on Facebook, you'll see the notification there as well to give you kind of a heads up when we're coming live. Because the lives, for some reason, the notifications don't seem to work for everybody all the time. But
yeah, well, it'll come through as messages. You guys will get a little notification. For those of you that have subscribed, you should see it there.
Yeah.
I just want to see we missed
here.
one. Happy Days. What a great name. Happy Days sent us $20. Thank you so much, guys. So now I've got to get my sleeves rolled up and think about getting work on the backyard, and now we can start to make things happen. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you for all of you that wrote into our city council to give your, I guess, your perspective, and for those of you that helped me to push and try and come up with a good resolution, we got there. So excellent news, best news ever. Future awesome YouTube series coming on building another building. That'll be fun, right? So stay tuned for more. And I hope you guys have a wonderful evening for the rest of it. Subscribe so you can get those videos of the updates. Oh, very quickly, I will answer the Rolls Royce. This is unrelated. We bought a Rolls Royce that was eaten by raccoons. I slowly have been piecing it back together. They finally got it up on the hoist and to have a look underneath. And the phone call I got was, Alex, hey, it's Stu from Sovereign. That's kind of how he talks because he's not from here. He's from England. I said, hey, Stu, what's up? And he said, yeah, great news. Car's actually not that bad. And so apparently the car is in really good shape. So it just needs a couple brake lines repaired and hopefully it'll be done. We're just waiting on a couple parts and I'm hoping to have it back in a week or two, which means top down just in time for summer. So hopefully some good news. I'm hoping to have an update on that in the conclusion video coming on the Rolls-Royce project car. So things are turning up roses around here right now. So anyway, guys, have a wonderful night. Thank you again so much for all your support and your ongoing support. Look forward to hearing from you soon. Check us out on Facebook at Curiosity Inc. or check us out on Instagram at Curiosity Inc. YEG, or of course this YouTube channel which you're on right now. So have a wonderful day, guys. We'll see y'all soon, and bye for now.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.